Welcome back to TIA Speaking Task. I'm BCM Examiner. Could you tell me a little bit about your elevator pitch, please?
Yes, my name is Nghĩa, but you can call me Brian. That's the name my teacher from Philippines on me.
Yes.
And I like.
You like that?
Yes.
The first part, I'm going to ask you many personal questions about yourself.
Yes.
And the topic is going to be related to, the choices in your life. Okay? Do you think that, have you ever hit it up with your friends or your ex-lovers or your recent lover right now?
Yes. I hit it up and have been together with my lovers.
And how long have you been together with your lover?
Yes, it's approximately 4 months.
4 months, okay.
Yes.
And how do you think about the proportion of the divorce in Vietnam? Is it going to be increasing every day passes away right now?
Yes.
How do you think about it? Okay. How do you think about the proportion, the Vietnamese proportion of divorce that over many years before, many years ago?
Yet the proportion in Vietnam, I don't know, but I guess proportion in Vietnam approximately 60%.
60%.
Yes.
60%.
Yes.
That you think that the proportion of divorce in Vietnam is going to be growing off every day, passing away every year, passing away about 60, right?
Yes.
60%. Okay. The next question that, how do you know that the bottom line of the divorce in Vietnam?
The bottom line, I think everybody don't.
Everybody doesn't, right?
Yes, everybody doesn't talk together when have argument.
Yes.
And we don't repeat to each other and don't listen and have to like to say anything when we are angry.
Okay.
Right?
Argue, right?
Yes.
It means that you want to talk about when we have a bunch of arguments in our life, and you need to sit down and you calm down and make a intimate conversations with the other to express ourselves and to talk about the real thing, right?
Yes.
It's just the bottom line for the main reason why the Vietnamese people are gonna be divorced a lot, right?
Yes.
The next question for you, that could you tell me have you ever been in the dire need for something?
To dine it.
Yes. It means that you are short on something. For example, you are short on money, you are short on intimacy, or you are short on affection from your parents. It means that have you ever been in dire need?
Yes, I have been. I have ever been
In a dire need.
in the diners with my money.
You have been in the dire money.
Yes, because I resign my job in the 2022,
Yes.
and now my salary is not okay. Yes, and I lack of money.
Okay.
Yeah.
The first one that you say that you are in a dire money because you resigned your job in Cang Long hospital in 2022,
Yes.
right? And you decided that this is your good choice,
Yes.
right?
I
Okay,
think it
it was not a bad choice.
Yes.
And the next question for you, that could you tell me how do you think about why the Vietnamese people is really hard to have committed relationship with the other person? The reason why? The hard one, right? Yes, it's mean the real relationship, right? The committed relationship is the reason why that Vietnamese people it's really hard for them to to get committed relationship in the real life? And could you tell me the reason why?
I think that the Vietnamese people are not committed relationship because everybody thinks everybody didn't trust didn't trust real love.
Yes.
And everybody want to try.
Yes.
Yeah. Last try.
Yes.
Last tries.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything else? That's it?
Yes. It is.
Could you tell me, like, have you ever fooled around with the other person in the past when you was in a committed relationship and you fooled around? Have you ever been fooling around with the other person when you were in a relationship?
Yes. Not me. In the past, when I met my lover, and we had a long time to get together, and I figured out my lover had falling as well with another people when we had argument. Yes.
How do you think about a teenage pregnancy? Is going up or going down over the past several years before?
So what does it mean?
Teenage pregnancy. It means when you are 14, 16 or 18 and you get pregnant. Teenage. It means teenagers, right? Teenagers mean from 13 years old to 18 years old and they get pregnant, right? How do you think about a teenage pregnancy? Is going up or going down? The proportion is going up or going down over the past many years before?
Yes, I think approximately 5 years. Net 5 years. Presidents in Vietnam is going up.
Going up, right? Yes. Okay. And the next question for you, that could you tell me that when you reside in the previous job, right? And what did you consider at the time to be the next period in your life?
Yes, I had consider it.
Yeah.
So a long time when I decided to establish my job.
Yes.
Because I want to changing the range of my salary.
Yes.
And I want to enhancing myself. Yes.
And could you tell me 3 things that you need to take responsibility for your parents right now? 3 things.
The first, I can buy a lot of money. And the second, I want to take care of my parents a long time.
Yes.
Yes. And the last, I want to my parents can live with me so long.
Okay, the first one, that you need to take responsibility for your salary. You need to take responsibility for taking care of your parents as well. Is the second point. And the last but not least, that you need to take responsibility for the long livelihood of your parents.
Yes.
Okay, and it's really responsible, right? The next question for you, it would be one thing that you need to deal with when you are learning English. The difficulty, the most obstacles.
Difficult. I didn't approach my English about 4 years ago.
Yes.
So now I see English are very difficult.
Yes.
But the way I think difficult in English, that's I can speak quickly and I don't remember vocabulary.
Yes. Okay.
So, but you can show me and remember vocabulary in English.
For remembering vocabularies in English.
Yes.
This kind of interesting question because English is not a course. It's a long course. It means that English is a journey, right? And if you want to learn English, you don't need the question how long do I how long I can speak English as well, how long I can read English fluently, how long I can pronounce English perfectly. You just put a question is that how many times and how many hours and how many ways that you approach English. I mean the effective, accurate approaches for you to learn English. That's it. And the next thing that have you ever believed in your gut when your gut tells you something?
I don't believe yours. I don't believe.
You don't believe your gut?
Yes, my guts, because I'm following experiment, so I just believe I can do it.
Yes.
And I'm not paranoid.
Yes, okay, kind of paranoid, right? And do you think that having a lot of like a great deal of animosity is the good way for you to cope with the problems in our life? Having so a great deal of animosity is the good way for you to cope with the problems. If you have an argument with the other person in real life, do you think about it? Is good or not good?
Yes, I have. I have been in, you know, I had deal with my. I had a deal with my friends.
Yes.
Because
you have dealt with your friends who are the best friends in your imagination.
Yes.
And right now that it was not
yes,
like everything that you thought, right? It's not like everything that you thought before. It's not real.
I had a marriage and healthy relationship with my friends. I thought we are close friends, but when I found out I had been lied by them in this friends relationship.
Friendship.
Yeah, friendship. So I decided deal with them by silent.
Yes.
Silent and facing them.
Facing them, right?
Yes.
It means that you the obstacle with your friends, and you had a toxic relationship with your friends as well. And at first that you believed that it was a committed relationship between you and your friends, but right now you realize one thing is really important for you is what a toxic relationship, right?
Yes.
And you don't keep in touch with them, you don't want to keep in contact with them anymore. And the last but not least, that you want to be changing the new environment and the positive environment for you to enhance speaking skills, English skills, and soft skills in your life, right?
Yes.
Okay, really good. And do you think that being an honest person is good or not good?
An honest person is good, and I think my father is honest person.
Yes.
With me because he always takes care of me.
Yes. Take care of you.
Yes. Even though I am adult.
You adult.
Yes.
And your parents, they have got you covered. And the reason why that your parents have got you covered because they was thinking about that you was not mature, you was not growing up, and the last but not least that they want to give you the protection from the other person. I mean the toxic people that you have been touching, you have been keeping contact with, right? Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to say anything?
And yes, the reason why my parents want to protect me, I thought because I had an accident when I was 9 years old.
Yes.
And my eyes, my right eye doesn't see everything. So I think my father want to look after
Yes.
everywhere and every day. My flight in the back, in the enhancing my
Yes.
flight.
That doesn't matter how you slice it anymore, because you know the eyes and the mouth and the tongues and the hands is they are using for communication. And if you was losing the eyes, the right eye or the left eye, that's no problem.
Yes.
When you are making a conversation with the other person, you can use verbal communication or you can use non-verbal communication to communicate with the other person. That's no problem, right?
Yes.
Okay, anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Okay, thank you for your joining to TATS speaking test, and at that time we need to say goodbye. See you next time.
Yes.
Thank you.
See you next time.